What's up? What's up? Here we go. Back with another episode of the Average Man Podcast. I am the average man, and I got something to say. But before I do that, I got to thank God for all of His many blessings and ask that He would continue to give us grace and mercies. Ask that He would bless our pastors, our leaders of this country, leaders of the world. Uh, Bless our children, keep us all safe. In Jesus' name, amen. And so I'm in awe at how the media and some supposed to be freedom writers, people, or whatever, uh, have turned the Carmelo Anthony and Medcalf incident into a black and white issue. Uh, it's crazy to me because it's it's two people, whether they're black or white. One person is dead. The other person has made such an egregious mistake of judgment that his life is walking dead. In other words, he killed someone. Does it make a difference what color, race, nationality it is? Well, it shouldn't, but not to these people. These people are trying to make it a racial issue. It's simple to me, cut and dry. Person stabs another person. Person stabber goes to jail. The stabbee dies. Stabber goes to jail. Stabbee dies. Okay, so what difference does it make? So I believe that they're trying to get some type of self-defense out of this, but it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and it's very sad that in America that everything is black and white, black or white. Um, a divided house will not stand. So here's the father of the victim. And I call him a victim because his son died for senseless act of stupidity. Period. Stupidity. This kid had an option. He could have walked away. He could have done a lot of things besides stab a kid in the heart. I'll tell you that. So I want you to hear what the father has to say in this situation. Here is uh, from the DC Shorts. Uh, Here's what he has to say from the Daily Caller.
Teenager Austin Metcalf showed up to a press conference by Carmelo Anthony's family. After police talked to the father, he left, and the press conference by the president of the Next Generation Action Network started like this.
what we seen at the beginning of this press conference, the father being at this press conference.
Now, I gotta say this. I gotta say this. This guy right here is similar to an ambulance chaser, right? Um, he has mugshots of such egregious charges, and he is in support of supporting a Justice League. And what is wrong with Carmelo's family to even have this guy representing them instead of a lawyer? On that note, the lawyer, the first lawyer that had the case, dropped the case. And that, so yeah, but let's finish listening to this guy.
These are my words. Don't quote anybody. Is a disrespect to the dignity of his son. And all I'm going to say, so it don't be asked later, is that was disrespectful and just shows you all the character who is not invited. He knows that it's inappropriate to be near this family.
Now, in case you guys that are watching don't know, the guy that came to the press conference is the father of the guy who got killed. Now, but we got to go further. I'm not going to stop it no more until I get ready for my other point.
But he did it. And so I say to people, actions speak louder than words. Okay? Black people in America, while the current occupant sits at 1600 Pennsylvania.
Now here is a shot that this camera guy has taken of a mother and a father who are seeming to deal with this thing, and I'm believing that this Justice League guy making these people the victim when their son killed someone is the wrong way to be handling this. I believe that they should be handling it like, yo, bro, you killed somebody, now you got to figure out what we got to do from here. You know, because someone should be telling this young man, yo, bro, when they asked you to leave, bro, why you just didn't leave? You know what I'm saying? What was you thinking? What were you thinking? You know, it's not like you could have just, okay, bro, my bad, I'm up, and just go to another area. You know what I mean? But see, that's the thing with some of these young men out here. They're so angry for some reason, and they have to have, I don't know what it is. Do they have to have cool points or clout or whatever they want to call it? It's like, you know, bro, sometimes you just got to be humble enough, man, to just move around to avoid conflict. Now, this whole thing didn't take long. It didn't take long to happen. Like minutes, like a couple of 2, 3, 4 minutes or so. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you look at it like that, just think that's how long it took for him to get in this trouble. 2 or 3 minutes. 2 or 3 minutes. You know, I mean, people who are watching this, and if you're watching this and you somewhat getting something out of this, like and subscribe, please. I need subscribers. I need subscribers. I need subscribers. And so please like and subscribe. But the thing is sometimes, I used to hear my dad tell me, hey, 5 minutes of pleasure can cause you a lifetime of pain. You know. Now he was referring to the sexual reproduction thing. You know what I'm saying? Uh, in in the form of be careful who you are messing around with because you'll be stuck with this lady and this child for the rest of your life. So make sure that you're doing the right thing. So if you're, well, that's what my father was teaching me. Okay. Now someone needs to be teaching this young man, well, should have been teaching this young man that, hey, bro, you don't got to be tough about everything. You know what I'm saying? Everything is not a race riot. You know, so let's. I just wanted y'all to see this. There, you know, I really want to know what she's thinking as a mother. Like, is, have they made up in their minds that they're victims and that their son is being railroaded after taking someone's life? You know,
Black people in America don't have to pull the race card. It's what we live as a reality every day. It's what we have to teach our children. We don't want to, but we have to. We don't like to, but if we want to sleep at night, we got to.
Look at this. And you see the cameraman. The cameraman is honing in on the sadness of this couple whose son, prominent student, really high grade point average, 3.8, something like that, athlete, headed to college to be something productive. But in 2 or 3 minutes, he made the wrong choice. Now he has to be accountable for his choices. And what these people are doing, and some of these black folks, I hate using black and white, but some of these black folks are determined to make this, oh, he was being bullied. No, he wasn't being bullied. No, that's not the case. Oh, he was about to be jumped. No, no, that's not the case. That's not the case. Your son went into an area at a track meet. Now they're throwing in that it was raining. Okay, so it was raining a little bit. Fine. He goes up under the tent. Hey, yo, bro, you ain't supposed to be here. You at the wrong tent. You gonna have to get some leaving. You know what I'm saying? Or you know how teenagers do it. Y'all, I don't know why people are acting so like they don't know what's happening. Uh, I ain't going nowhere. It's raining out there. Come on, bro. You gonna have to leave up out of here. This ain't your tent. You got to go under where your team is or whatever. You know, to your designated area. This is our designated area. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Well, I ain't going nowhere. It touch me and find out. Really? Not yo, bro. I know I ain't supposed to be here, man. You know what I'm saying? But it's raining a little bit, man. Just let me hang out right here a little bit, bro. And I promise, man, I won't cause no trouble or nothing, right? I'll just hang out. Oh, cool, bro. No problem. and I'm saying that, a lot of things could have happened besides this news article. Boy kills boy. News at 11. So teaching our children how to be black against what the police may do or how life is one aspect of the concepts of teaching our children. We have to teach our children how to be respectful. We have to teach our children how to be aware of their surroundings. We have to teach our children more than just white people are bad. We got to teach our children more than the wrong stuff, man. I don't even know no words to say it, but I'm just tired of this part of it. Like, they've made this whole thing black and white when it's not, and then they take captions of these people, right, who I'm sure have probably put their all into raising their son. I mean, he had, he's a high grade point average kid on his way somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Now, so I know that they had hopes and dreams for him, and I'm sure that they've taught him the right thing. Carmelo just made the wrong choice.
I ain't pulling no race card. I live it. I'm reminded all the time that I'm a black man in America.
Okay, that's enough of that. The race card crap. That's what he pushing, right? But I want to go here and have a listen to
4 hours here.
uh, the Medcalf's father. He is really not moved by any of this uh, racial rhetoric. And now what's going on? He is not with the racial rhetoric and all of this stuff. As a matter of fact, he's been a forgiving uh, man in this incident. So I'm gonna let you listen to what he has to say.
Everyone else has said a lot about him too, about how great of a kid he was. In your eyes, though, just as a father, who was he to you?
My boys are the biggest blessing in my life. God provided them to me. God's going to get me through this. I had a dream last night, and Austin came to me and said, "I'm okay."
See, this man here it seems that he's very much deep in his faith. And we all who are believers, we know that faith is everything. Like, you have to have faith in certain times of trial, and even then, you sometimes your faith can be shaky. But if you arm yourself with the armor of God, it can prepare you, it can heal you, it can bring you through. And this is what I'm saying. Here's a man that lost his son for something as frivolous as touch me and find out. It's ridiculous. And they want to be the victim. That's just.
It gives me peace. Doesn't mean I don't hurt, but it gives me great peace. So, one of the things, my son, Hunter, his ability to stay strong is a character to his brother. His brother, they had each other's back. They were tight. I've never seen a bond like that. Being identical twins, technically Austin was his big brother. Those boys were my everything. I had cancer almost 10 years ago. I wasn't supposed to live, but that was my why, to fight. And without those boys, I probably would have succumbed and gave in. But they were in my heart, and I fought hard because I wanted to be their father. I wanted to be there for them throughout the years they grow up, and so I can share my wisdom and share my mistakes so they won't do the same. Complete person, friend, loyal, loving. He would light up the room. He would step on that field and he would become a totally different person. His level of play was above most everyone else. He's had multiple coaches, colleges contact him. He is one of the most outstanding, him and his brother both have been athletes all their lives, from soccer to baseball to jiu-jitsu to football. They did it all. Everyone has your talent, but you have to make sure you take that talent and harness it in the right way. To his brother, his love for all his friends and family, all the time. Anyone who knows me knows how much my kids meant to me. They were my entire world.
Now see, the guy was talking about what's inappropriate. Inappropriate. Are you kidding me? What's inappropriate? Now here's a man that is willing to bury the hatchet, forgive, has lost his son, and you claim him to be somebody that's disrespectful? Are you crazy? Those people, that network, whatever they call it, legal network, whatever, freedom fighter network, or whatever it is ridiculous. But anyways.
Always have Austin.
I know that the last day has just been gut-wrenching for you and your family. You've spoken, obviously, to a couple of other outlets. I know Hunter's leaving. Do you need to say goodbye? Or?
No, I told him we're good.
Okay. We haven't really had a chance to talk to you about this. You had mentioned a few times that you had forgiven the suspect for what
That's correct.
He did.
I do.
But we just informed you about these documents. And
that doesn't change anything.
Okay.
This has to do with me and God. God teaches us in the Bible. He talks about forgiveness. He also talks about revenge. Not for me to seek. God will take care of it. Karma, I believe in it. It's very unfortunate that this other child decided to make a bad choice that's going to affect him for the rest of his life. I have compassion for every human being. This is not, I want to make this very clear. This is not a race issue. This is not a black and white issue. I don't want someone stepping up on a soapbox trying to politicize this. I don't appreciate some of the remarks I've seen online that people say there was this fight and they don't know. They weren't there. I know the truth. So, unless you were there, unless you saw it, don't spread gossip.
Just to ask you this one question, like I had mentioned, the self-defense argument made by the suspect, what's your reaction to that if that's used in court or used?
You know, as a defense attorney, they're going to try every avenue. That's their job. The truth will come out. There were too many people that were there that saw what happened. My own son told me what happened. There was never a punch even thrown. So I don't care. There was never a phone broken. We've never had contact with this individual ever. So unless you were there, I don't appreciate all the gossip and all the mistruths that people are speaking at this moment.
Is that shocking to hear or read, or at least hear from me, say that that's what he told police after that moment?
No, what do you expect? If you're caught, the best thing you're going to do is try to lie your way out of it. Now, I'm not saying he's a liar, but the truth and the facts, justice will prevail.
And that's all I got to say about that. Um, you know, people talk bad about you if you say anything about George Floyd, but I'll say it. The real reason George Floyd was even in the news is not because of who George Floyd was, but because of the wrong procedures used by the Minneapolis Police Department. You know, George Floyd wasn't no saint or nothing like that. You he be the face of a movement in the time of police brutality. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Did Officer, what's his name? Officer Chauvin make the wrong choice and decisions? Did the rest of the police standing there allow him to make the wrong choice and decisions? When the crowd was saying, hey, you got him handcuffed, like that was the whole point of that. You know what I'm saying? When police brutality has been a issue in the United States forever. And even after Rodney King, police were still brutalizing and terrorizing folks in the in the lower income areas, the hoods, the ghettos of the United States. The lady up here, tase, 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 and shot that kid. But even in that, why did he try to drive off? You know what I'm saying? Like, why? On the other side, if he was driving off, he was no longer a threat. What you feel like you had to shoot him for? How come you don't know the difference between your gun and a taser? And you're out there training. And then you got a slap on the wrist for taking someone's life. Anyway, if you like what you're listening to, if you can get out with what I'm saying, if you disagree with what I'm saying, put it in the comments, like, share, subscribe. I am the Average Man. This is the Average Man Podcast. Up next, I got my girl. That's my girl, Candace Owens. That's my girl. Uh, she a little ticked off at President Trump right now. You dig? Hey, you know, I get it. And you know what I'm saying. And she has that right to be ticked off at Trump. And personally, the average man, I don't agree with it either. I'm with you. Candace. I'm with you 100%. You know. But this shows how it should be. Like, no one is perfect. So, in that case, no one being perfect, that means you're not going to agree with everything someone does. You don't agree with everything your mother does or your father does. You don't agree with everything your instructor tells you, your coach tells you. You don't agree with everything. You don't agree with the pastor says. Hey, the point of it all is you have a choice. We all have free will. We all have choice. We have choice. Now, if you don't rock with what the person's saying, before you kick it all out to the garbage, go and research it for yourself. Now you can find out for yourself what's going on. Well, in this case, she is not liking the the stance on uh, Trump and the schools, colleges. So I'm gonna, I think I'm gonna play a little bit of it.
I never thought that I would see a day where I would be rooting for a university above Donald J. Trump and his administration. But I don't recognize his administration right now. I don't recognize what's happening. I have a theory. I do. We were kicking around some theories earlier, me and the team, and we were going, how could Trump be such a free speech enthusiast and being allowing these things to happen? Going after college universities, trying to suppress speech, while pretending that you're not suppressing speech, while pretending that you're fighting DEI. It's so messy. It's so obvious. Everyone knows what you're doing. People who are still trying to grift, I suppose, are not willing to challenge you on this, which is ridiculous, because when you are out of office, we are going to have to live with these consequences. Our children are going to have to grow up in this America. Okay. So when you threaten our speech, it's not worth it so that we can have pom-poms and go hurrah for a couple of years, then go, okay, well, yeah, now it kind of stinks because, we're getting arrested for wrongthink. We got David Friedman. Yeah, arrest him. Arrest Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens. Get them. I love it. Everyone can see what's happening left and right. Harvard received notice that they had to comply with the Trump administration's demands, okay, and essentially telling them how they would have to change things on campus. And they're, again, the administration is trying to paint this as they're coming and fight. On Monday, Harvard became the first university to openly defy the Trump administration as it demanded sweeping changes to limit activism on campus, and as a threat not only to the Ivy League school, but to the autonomy that the Supreme Court has long granted American universities.
So, this is what I got to say. Protesting is one thing. Protesting is one thing. Spreading hateful rhetoric is something different. To me. Now, that's just my opinion. And so I think what he's saying is we want to cut back on the hateful rhetoric. Speaking against people speaking about people in a way that you don't disagree with, there's something that they're doing. Or if you're not disagreeing, so okay, I guess this is what I'm saying. Let me see if I can get it right. So you don't like the fact that eggs are $10 a dozen. Okay, fine. You go out and you protest that. Okay? You go out and you protest that. But you don't go out and bomb chicken farms or the people that's killing the chickens. You don't like Elon Musk. Okay? You don't burn up his companies and people's cars. You want to protest at school. Okay. You don't use angry rhetoric and hateful speech. Just go out there and say what you don't like and just be done with it. And keep it peaceful. But anyway, this is just the thing that I want to show you about her. And I dig it, and I know that she still digs the president. I know that she still digs the president. But the thing about her is, and this is the thing that I like, she keeps it real. So I guess I'm saying all that to say, you can not like something. You don't have to agree with everything. Like with me, I'm cool with what Trump has done. Like, you know, even the stuff that's gonna tap my pocket a little bit. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I'm cool with that. Like, so I got a few dollars in student loans that I owe. You know what I'm saying? In a couple of days, I'm gonna call them to see how much I can pay before they automatically hit me. You feel me or something? But I'm satisfied with uh male and female gender only. I'm cool with that. Like that's all biblical to me. I believe that if you were born a woman or you were born a man, that's what you are. Now, if you don't like that and you try to change that, that's on your own. You'll never be nothing more than what you are born of your mother. Okay. I don't agree with transgender boys playing with the girls. They're still boys. They're dominant. They're going to be dominant. And if they want to play sports, fine. Play sports. Play sports with the boys. You were born with testicles. You were born with the penis. You were born with male traits. Play with the males. Okay, now if you're embarrassed of how you look, then that's one thing. But if you're confident with yourself, start your own transgender leagues. How about that? I've stated that before in other broadcasts that I've produced. Start your own gender leagues, like if that's what you want to do. But don't go out there taking these ladies' chances of being first place when you know you're super duper stronger and faster. And ladies, women of America, and across our countries, why are you supporting transgenderness? So I was just thinking about that. Like, women have fought, they fought. I mean, these women in the United States of America have fought for a lot of stuff. I think they almost had to fight for the right to wear pants. You know what I'm saying? They had to fight for the right to be able to work. They had to fight for the right to be able to vote. They had to fight for the right to be doctors. They had to fight for the right to do everything. So now, all the rights that you guys have fought for natural born women, to me, you're saying, let these fake dudes, because that's what I call them, fake dude ladies, have the same rights that we voted for. So the men were taking rights from the women. Women, you have to just stay in the house, be barefoot and pregnant. You can't vote. You don't need to vote. We don't need a woman's vote. Uh, a woman would never be in the White House. A woman would never do this, and a woman would never do that. And women fought for all the stuff that the men said that they would never do. Now you're saying, okay, men, you can dress up like women and you can get those rights. Oh, that don't seem right to me. That just seems dumb. I'm sorry. It just seems dumb. Uh, but anyway, I'm glad that she is transparent. Uh, I'm sure that she's still Republican. I'm sure that she has not given up on her views, but I am sure from this piece right here, it lets me know that I am sure that she is not happy with Trump doing this freedom of speech thing. So, Candace, I'm with you. You know what I'm saying? You inspire me. You inspire me. along with Davari and the Cartier family. You guys got me out here trying to get subscribers.
In the 2025 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Shedeur Sanders, quarterback, Colorado.
So we've been waiting on this one. There was some speculation Cleveland was going to be the team. So it's exactly what we thought, but not when we thought.
Yeah, look, congratulations to Shedeur for getting picked, but it's such a weird thing because in this quarterback room right now, we presently have 5 quarterbacks. Deshaun Watson, Kenny Pickett, Joe Flacco, Dylan Gabriel, and Shedeur Sanders. The hard thing is, okay, Watson is out, but how are you going to get all of these guys reps when it comes to it? And there's a bit of a pecking order. So the thing about it in Shedeur Sanders, he's going to have an opportunity. Like everyone kind of eyes woke up when Dylan Gabriel was selected. So now every day, you talk about 2 dogs, 1 bone. It'll be interesting, but if you are what you say you are, you have an opportunity to prove that. So Shedeur Sanders has an opportunity to go and earn a job.
Just competition. There's no real flow to that quarterback room. It's just, like you said, Buck, roll the ball out there and let's see who wants it. Kenny Pickett's saying, hey, I'm still an potential NFL starter. Deshaun Watson wants to make a comeback. We know who Joe Flacco is. I mean, he's just the steady veteran right now. Dylan Gabriel, I think, is going to be an NFL backup. And Shedeur Sanders is fighting for a backup role right now that he hopes he can turn it into a starter. And I give him a very real chance here. Like this, you look at this room, it's still a winnable job.
Absolutely.
To be honest with you, how he comes in and how he handles it from a professional standpoint, he's got to get guys to buy in quickly. He's got to get veterans to buy in quickly.
The approach is going to be everything.
The Eagles, by the way, just moments ago making the selection at a.
So there you have it. When you watch this kid, I like this kid. He's patient. He can get little if he need to. He gets the ball out nice and fast. The conversation is why he didn't go in the first round, second round, third round. I don't believe it's because of anything other than God humbling him. Letting him know that it's not everything that he done, but the will that he gave you to do what you done to get you where you are. In other words, you're not your own. You didn't do this on your own, kid. Be still and know that I'm God. And on that note, I'm going to say, go Colts. We got a good season coming up here. We drafted a really nice tight end, really nice running back, a couple of DNs. We've a couple of centers. I think we got a center and a couple of linemen. Oh man, I'm excited about seeing the Colts play this year. I hope Anthony Richardson just stays healthy and remains humble and continues to shoot for the quest of being a winner out there, man. We pushed past 500. Cool. Tired of pushing past 500. Man, let's go back. Let's go back one more time. Let's go back one more time. Coach Nation, baby. But anyways, I appreciate everybody who tuned in to the Average Man podcast. I am the Average Man. And I'm leaving you all with this message. Don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow will take care of itself. If it gets here. Trust God, people. Stay prayed up, people. And keep the faith. The Average Man podcast. Till next time. signing out. Peace.